Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you are. Guys, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the video. As always, guys, as you always do, support the channel, smash the like button, guys. Really smash the like button. It really helps the algorithm. I really appreciate it when you smash the like button. So yeah, give the like button a smash. And guys, let's get into the video. So guys, we've had the weigh-in between Ryota Murata and Gennady Golovkin, and Golovkin weighed in. They both weighed in, of course. Championship fight at 160 pounds. They both made the weight. You know what, Golovkin looked old, man. He looked in great shape, but his face, man, he looked old, man. He looked like an old man. And obviously that's just made things more interesting. Golovkin, yeah, man, he's looking old, man. He's looking like he looks every bit of that 40 now, man. You know, especially when you're making weight. It must have been tough making weight. You know, his face showed a story where, you know, it was really tough for him making that weight. You could tell it on his face. I don't know how at the age of 40 he's been at this weight for so long. You could clearly see that his face was showing signs of being drained. A guy that, you know, is definitely feeling making 160 pounds, and it's not easy for him. Look, I'm not surprised. He's an old man now. Golovkin's an old man now. He's not the young spring chicken that we once knew. He's a guy that's you know, making weight would be difficult for him now. Golovkin, and you know what, when I saw Golovkin against Kell Brook, I thought he looked like he was struggling then. Now at 40, God knows how hard it must be for him, you know. But you know, you gotta salute the man. You gotta salute a 40-year-old going out there and fighting. You know, Golovkin's as hard as nails, man. He's a tough warrior. He's a tough man. You know, he's going out there, you know, at the age of flipping 40 years of age, you know, and fighting, man. You gotta respect that. You gotta respect Golovkin's hustle. You gotta respect Golovkin, man. Golovkin is what I call a true warrior. He's a true warrior. I think Golovkin is a serious warrior. And you know, I'm pretty sure he's gonna bring it on the night. I'm pretty sure he's gonna give us another great fight. That's what Golovkin does. Golovkin gives us great fights. He's a great fighter. He's a great fighter, and he's going to bring it. He's going to bring the heat. He's going to bring the pain. Murata better be ready, because Golovkin's going to be ready, that's for sure. Golovkin ain't coming and playing. Golovkin's coming. Golovkin is coming, and Golovkin is looking to seek and destroy. Gennady Golovkin is looking to seek and destroy. I can't wait. I'm actually pumped. I'm excited. I can't wait for this. I can't wait for this. I think it's going to be a barnstormer. I think it's going to be a great fight. And I'm hoping for some great action. I do. Golovkin, look, Golovkin's going to have to do what he normally does. He's going to have to show us that he's still got those legs. He's going to have to show us he's still got that power. Power's the last thing to leave you. He's going to have to use that wonderful jab of his and bust Murata up. But is Murata going to shock us? Is Murata going to come forward and look to take it to Golovkin, push Golovkin back, hurt Golovkin? You know, Golovkin, we saw against Derevyanchenko, was hurt to the body. Maybe that's a sign of things to come. Maybe Murata can hurt Golovkin. Maybe Murata can hurt Golovkin to the body. Maybe that's what you should look at, the blueprint from Derevyanchenko, and look to take that blueprint and look to push Golovkin back. You know, this is going to be very intriguing, because Golovkin, like I said, he's no longer a spring chicken. He's an old man now. And I definitely think it's going to be making weight. It's going to be tough. You know, taking punishment like he used to is not going to be easy. You know, this is a very tough fighter in Golovkin, but Golovkin may be at the last legs. He may be on the end of his career. So we just got to wait and see what Golovkin has left. Because I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Golovkin that's over the hill, past his best, faded. You know. And if that's the case, you know, Murata might just get a victory over Golovkin by default. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to Golovkin. Look, they both made weight. You know, Golovkin was in great shape. In terms of my prediction, for me, Golovkin's going to stop Murata. I think he's going to stop him late on. That's the prediction. Looking at, you know, breaking both styles down, I think Murata's going to get hit often, and I'm not sure Murata's going to be able to take that firepower from Golovkin. I don't think he's going to be able to take the firepower, and I think Golovkin will stop him late on, but not late on, mid to late on, 7-8 rounds. For me. That's what I think. I won't be surprised if he catches Murata with something early and Golovkin goes to look to close the show, because I think Golovkin knows that, you know, he's got a Canelo fight, and I don't think Golovkin wants to take a lot of damage. But at the same time, Golovkin's been very inactive, so him going a few rounds might be good for him as well. So again, look, I don't know how Golovkin's going to approach this. I think Golovkin at this point of his career needs to take as less damage as he can so he can be fresh for the Canelo fight. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see how Golovkin looks against Murata, because if Golovkin doesn't look great, then the Canelo fight is going to be a very hard sell, because I think people are going to clearly see that, you know, Golovkin's faded. A lot of people aren't happy with the Golovkin fight. They think Golovkin's finished and past his best. Look, Canelo might even stop Golovkin now. You know, looking at Golovkin's face, look, I definitely think that Golovkin moving up to 168 and fighting Canelo there may be an advantage to him, because he won't have to kill himself to make weight. So I personally think that the Golovkin Murata fight is a good fight. I think it is. I think it's a very good fight. So yeah, I think the Golovkin Murata fight is going to be a good fight. I do. I think if Golovkin can show us that he's still got what it takes, beat Murata convincingly, I think the Canelo fight can sell. Otherwise, I think it's going to be a hard sell. I do. I just simple as that. It's going to be a hard sell. It's going to be difficult for them to sell that fight. And yeah, I don't think as many people are going to be interested. People will watch it. But I definitely think it's going to be a much harder sell if Golovkin doesn't look great. So hopefully Golovkin looks great. He looks $1 million, and then they'll be able to, you know, sell that third trilogy. But we just have to wait and see. We just have to wait and see how this all plays out. But what I want to go on to now is I want to go on to Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia returns as well tomorrow against Emmanuel Taga, Ghanaian, very tough man. He's undefeated for a very long time, so it's very interesting to see how Ryan Garcia gets on with him. Ryan Garcia, very fast, very talented kid. You know, we've seen him getting back and forth with Taga, getting back and forth with him, and getting things got a bit heated. That's going to be very interesting. Very interesting to see how. Very interesting to see how, you know, this all plays out with Ryan Garcia and Taga. Look, I think Garcia is going to have to use his hand speed. Garcia can't afford to get careless. We saw what happens when he does. He got put down by Luke Campbell in quite a heavy knockdown. So, you know, I think Garcia needs to show that, you know, he's up for the task, because this isn't going to be easy. You know, let's put it that way. This isn't going to be easy. This is going to be tough. You know, that guy's coming. This is world title fight. And he's a tough. Ghanaians are always very tough. They don't go down easy. So, you know, Ryan Garcia's not got an easy fight on his hands. There's some big fights and big opportunities out there for Ryan Garcia if he's able to come through. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how Ryan Garcia plays this, how it plays out, whether Ryan Garcia is able to, you know, get this guy out of there. Yeah, I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to how Golovkin gets how Ryan Garcia gets on, and then obviously hopefully they can make the Gervonta Davis fight. There seems to be some serious beef with Gervonta Davis and Mayweather, and I think that fight between Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis maybe it'll happen in the near future. More slightly. I think that's a fight that everybody wants to see. You know, Oscar's talking about it doing 1 million pay-per-view buys. I'm not so sure about that, but you know, I definitely think it's a big fight. I definitely think it could do well on pay-per-view if it's promoted well and built correctly. I definitely think it's a fight that would definitely sell. It's definitely a fight that people will gravitate to. Both guys are pretty big on social media, so yeah, I think it's a fight that would sell pretty well. You know, but it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how this all. Interesting to see how it plays out. Look, Ryan Garcia had a good win against Luke Campbell, and obviously for whatever reason he had issues outside the ring and things just haven't worked out. He's now gonna have to accelerate now, because there's a lot of time that's been wasted in his career because of that, and he needs to accelerate and he needs to start getting more meaningful fights. Look, Ryan Garcia has not been a world champion yet. That should be a goal of any fighter, to become world champion. I do think there's too many fighters out there that now that it's all become of the money. Like, for me, every fighter's goal should be to become world champion first. And then after that, if you want to become money oriented, I haven't got a problem with it. But I think your first and overall game when you start the boxing, right, is to become a world champion. Surely, like, fair enough if you know your level isn't that you're gonna ever get to world level, and that's fair enough. But I feel like any fighter that's like Ryan Garcia, who's obviously a big star, that's not been a world champion, I think their goal should be to become world champion. Like Gervonta's been world champion, even though, you know, people aren't happy with his opponents that he's been fighting, but he's been a world champion. Ryan's never been a world champion, you know. So for me, Ryan needs to first go on to become try to be, you know, navigate himself to become a world champion. Then, you know, these money fights and him, you know, that's fair enough. But for me, firstly, Ryan needs to go on to become world champion, and that should be his goal and aim. And, you know, hopefully after this Emmanuel Taga fight, if he's successful, that Ryan Garcia can push towards and becoming a world champion. Now, in this division, it's not going to be easy because there's a lot of guys out there in this division. You know, there's a lot of guys, and the Kambosos holds majority of the belts. Devin Haney has, and you know what? You would probably wouldn't favor Ryan Garcia against any of the other, you know, the championship level fighters that we have in this division. You know, would you favor Ryan Garcia against Teofimo? Obviously, Teofimo's moved up. Probably not. Would you favor Ryan Garcia against Gervonta? Probably not. Would you favor Ryan Garcia against Devin Haney? Probably not. Would you favor Ryan Garcia against Kambosos? You know, that's a probably not at this stage, you know. So, you know, Ryan Garcia's, for me, has got a lot to prove at this point. You know, his fight with Campbell was good, but, you know, there was a lot of flaws that we saw in that fight. So it's going to be interesting to see how Ryan develops, how Ryan moves on. I'm going to do a video about Ryan, you know, about Ryan, you know, with probably my brother or something, just see, you know, how far he can go in this game. He's a good fighter, talented kid, no doubt about it. You know, I think he's got fast hands, really quick hands. And he's a very good talent without question. But again, you know, boxing's a very tough game. It's not easy to succeed in boxing, and it's going to be interesting to see how far someone like Ryan Garcia can go in this game. I'm looking forward to his journey. I'm looking forward to him getting back on the horse and showing us he's a top tier fighter. He's not just a social media star. He's a boxing star, you know, and that's what he's got to show the world now, because a lot of the world thinks that, you know, he's a guy that's a social media star. I personally think he's a bit more than that, but, you know, time will tell. Time will tell. I think he's got talent to go all the way, but, you know, only time will show if he's able to go far or not. But leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below about both fights and how you see it. By the way, I think Ryan Garcia will knock Taga out in 4 or 5 rounds. Personally, I think that's how it goes. I think he'll just be too fast to overwhelm him, and I think he'll take him out. I won't be surprised if he's a few scary moments, but I think Ryan Garcia will come through. He showed against Luke Campbell that, you know, he's able to come through a crisis and still go on to win the fight. So yeah, you know, that was a tick in that box. He was able to come from adversity and win. But yeah, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.